What's up, YouTube? We're at International Business Times. Lawmakers attach Wall Street deregulation to Omnibus bill. If you think Congress's last-minute spending bill is just about budgetary matters and avoiding yet another government shutdown, think again. Tucked into the measure is language backed by Republicans and Wall Street-friendly Democrats to roll back landmark regulations passed in the wake of the financial crisis of 2008. The key political question is now, will the cadre of populist Democratic legislatures who have made their name being tough on Wall Street use their power to stop the legislation in its tracks? At least one seems ready to do just that. A source in the office of Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts says she will not vote for the Omnibus bill if it includes provisions at issue which relate to trading of derivatives. Experts have said these complex financial instruments such as credit default swaps on mortgage-backed securities played a key role in creating the exacerbating financial crisis of 2008. So in a nutshell, the big banks are holding the 2015 budget they're holding it hostage. They're blackmailing the government if they don't get their way. Certain House Republicans and Democrats won't allow the budget to go through because they haven't learned a lesson. They want to be bailed out on derivatives, which is like credit default swaps, which was a derivative, or an insurance or a hedge against the CDOs, which were CDOs were collateralized debt obligations or those mortgage-backed securities, which were based on liar loans. And at the time, the banksters thought, well, it didn't matter if these liar loans fell because the market had been going up for 30 years, the housing market, and the houses would just go back on market and would be bought back up. They'd never really bothered to look at demographics, seeing that we are an aging country and people going into retirement don't buy houses. So anyways, let's have a look at these derivatives. Here we're at Investopedia. Definition of a derivative: a security whose price is independent or derived from one or more underlying assets. The derivative itself is merely a contract between two or more parties. Its value is determined by fluctuations in the underlying asset. The most common underlying assets include stocks, bonds, commodities, currencies, interest rates, and market indexes. Most derivatives are characterized by high leverage. That means high borrowing. Future contracts, forward contracts, options, and swaps like the credit default swap are the most common types of derivatives. Derivatives are contracts that can be used as underlying assets. There are even derivatives based on weather data, such as the amount of rain or the number of sunny days in a particular region. These guys are betting on the fucking weather, seriously, and then they want to be bailed out, and it's completely unfucking regulated. So these bankers are going to hold the budget or the 2015 or threaten to shut down the government if they don't get their way. Seriously. They don't want to be regulated. They want to bet on the goddamn weather, and they want their cake, and they want to fucking eat it too. You know, and they're going to get their way. I'm going to tell you why they're going to get their way. None of us who pay payroll tax pay one dime to the fucking government. All the fucking money goes to the IRS and then right back to the Fed. And who's the Fed? These fucking banks that want this bill fucking passed. They're the ones who lend money to the government, not us. We pay off the money the government borrows. Therefore, the hand that lends is over the hand that borrows. The banks are in charge, and they're not really blackballing the government. They're telling the government what they want. Otherwise, the government's not going to be financed. And you and I really don't have a say. And you know what? They haven't learned a goddamn thing because we're headed right back to 2008 all over again. And if you're stuck in a mortgage or in any kind of loan, you're fucked. Just think about that. Just read on. That led Congress in 2010 to pass the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, which explicitly says that federal guarantees against losses, such as from the FDIC, do not apply to banks' most complex derivative transactions. The regulation, which was supposed to take effect next year, was designed to force financial institutions to separate those transactions from more traditional government-guaranteed banking services. It was also supposed to compel banks to separately fund derivative transactions with private money rather than with government guaranteed deposits. In other words, they want to take your fucking savings and go gambling on the fucking weather. That's what they want to do. And you know what? You fucking sheep, you're going to let them do it. And then they're going to take your 401k. And then you're just screwed, man. Seriously. And the fact that they're already pushing for this tells me they're already in trouble. That's what's happening today. None of this 2-year-old Sandy Hook bullshit that all these fucking shills are trying to push down your fucking throat. Even though everyone knows Sandy Hook was false flag bullshit fucking thing. And now they're cramming it down your throat, talking about it when the banks are holding the government hostage right now, and nobody's talking about that. Now are they? Watch your Sandy Hook bullshit all you want.